One of the quickest ways to make a big difference in your daily life in the kitchen is to set aside some time and brainpower to organize and stock a pantry. An organized pantry will not only make it easier, but more enjoyable to both plan and cook weeknight meals. Whether you have a big walk-in pantry or a small cabinet pantry, I'm going to share a simple organizational process for you to tackle any space. And along the way, I'll show you those ingredients you should stock up on to make anything in your kitchen. First, we always gotta start with the purge. Take everything out, and I mean everything. Determine what's expired and what you know you won't use and go ahead and donate it. And then also determine the things that you do know that you cook with a lot and what you may need to stock up on. Finally, give it a really good wipe down. Once you're left with everything you plan to use, group, categorize, and then determine where you plan to put things. This will help you determine what kind of bins, baskets, containers you need to help set up a system that's going to work for you. I found that by getting rid of boxes and transferring ingredients into clear containers, it makes it so they stay fresh longer and I'm more likely to use them up because I can actually see the ingredients. I also like to cut out the directions and tape them on the back of the container. That way I always know how to make it, I can buy in bulk, and end up using my pantry to its fullest extent. Let's stock this pantry and start with dry ingredients, things that don't need to be frozen or refrigerated and have a really long shelf life. First up, oils and vinegars. Extra virgin olive oil is going to be great for sauteing, vinaigrettes, marinades. A canola oil is going to be good for frying or stir fries. And finally, some vinegars, apple cider, rice wine, balsamic, those are great. For condiments, only keep on hand what you know you're going to use. For ethnic foods, I like soy sauce, sriracha, even jarred salsa verde, and a couple of things for yummy sandwiches and those backyard cookouts. Canned goods like beans, broth, tomatoes, even coconut milk and chickpeas are great for one-pot meals. Soups, stews, curries, gotta have them. Grains like rice, farro, and quinoa are great as the base of a meal and really make things hearty. I also like keeping pastas right by my stovetop. Your baking essentials should be pretty straightforward when it comes to flour, sugars, and leaveners. Just make sure nothing's hanging out in there too long before refreshing it. Let's talk about some fresh items. Things like onions, potatoes, and citrus is the produce that lives on my countertop or even on top of my fridge, while classic ingredients like carrots and celery live in my refrigerator with a few dairy staples, including Greek yogurt, cheeses, heavy cream, and butter. I also love keeping fresh herbs on my countertop. And finally, there's the freezer staples I always like to keep on hand. That includes chicken, sausage, meatballs, and shrimp. I always like to make sure I've got some veggies like peas and spinach and fruit for smoothies. Last but certainly not least, I like to keep a few things on hand to satisfy my sweet tooth, like ice cream and nuts. Now that everything is stocked, let's make sure it has a label. Labeling means longevity when it comes to an organized pantry. You've already seen me labeling on the way, but I'm here to tell you, do not skip it. It will make a huge difference in making this system work. Making meals is tough. It doesn't matter who you are, but an organized and well-stocked pantry will make a tremendous difference. So you're well on your way, but if you want to check out some more organizational how-tos, check out my video on organizing your fridge, freezer, and even organizing meal prep with my bin bins.